Then we're going to do one more problem, problem number 3, because it's just a little bit different than those last two. So we always start off the same way. Define our reference angle here. Use that reference angle to identify our two sides. So since we draw an arrow across from our reference angle, that points to our opposite side, which is one of our numbers. And then we have the side across from our 90-degree angle, which is the hypotenuse. So going back to our trig functions, I am looking for the opposite side and the hypotenuse, which is the sine function again, which is opposite over hypotenuse. So I write out my function, sine. Immediately following my trig function is my angle. So sine 12 degrees equals, and now I write my ratio, my fraction. So with sine, opposite is on top, so I have 15 over hypotenuse, which is x. So the x is part of my ratio, so I can come over here, create a ratio on the left, a ratio on the right, and then do my cross multiply. So I'm going to multiply here, which is 15 times 1, or just 15, equals multiply here, and I get x times, remember that sine of 12 degrees is one single piece, so I have to write the entire part, x times the sine of 12 degrees. Once I cross multiply on this one, x is not isolated. It's still over here times the sine of 12 degrees. So I have to do one more step to get x by itself. So since this sine of 12 degrees is one single piece, I can divide everything by that sine of 12 degrees to cancel it out. Do that on both sides. And I end up with x is equal to 15 divided by sine of 12 degrees. Once I get x isolated, this tells me exactly what to put in my calculator. So I go back to my calculator and I type in 15 divided by, and I forgot what my numbers were, sine of 12 degrees. 15 divided by sine of 12. Enter. And I get 72.146. So x equals 72.146, which if we round that off, is roughly 72.1. And that's 3 examples of 3 different types of trig problems.